Okay, 5 seconds, Fernando.
You'll advance the slide?
Yes.
Hello there. My name is Fernando Cipriano, and I'm the co-CEO of AlphaBlock. AlphaBlock is an artificial intelligence company. And while AI is certainly very topical right now, we hear about it in the news almost daily, no one's really talked about artificial intelligence in the context of wealth management and how to manage money for investors. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. First thing I'm going to talk about is investment management and wealth management in general. As many of you know, there are thousands and thousands of investment products, usually in the form of mutual funds that people are very familiar with around Canada and around the world. And what some people find surprising is that every single year, those thousands of mutual funds, less than 5% of them are able to actually deliver returns that beat their relative benchmarks. So if a Canadian equity fund is being benchmarked against the TSX 300, more times than not, that fund underperforms that benchmark. In fact, an article was posted in the Globe and Mail not long ago that showed 5 years ago, all of the funds that were top quartile funds, and this is not top 5%, but rather the top 25%, they looked at those very same funds 5 years later and discovered that not a single fund was in the top quartile 5 years later. So it is a very challenging environment for funds to beat their benchmarks. In fact, even the greatest investor of all time, Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway underperforms the S&P 500 over the last 10 and 15 years. And so what we saw over the last couple of decades is an emergence of passive investing in the form of ETFs or products like Vanguard's products that are nothing more than index funds. In other words, what these money managers said and what investors said were, let's just give up this notion of beating the benchmark, just give me the benchmark. So it's a resignation that, look, all we want is benchmark-like returns. Ironically, those very passive funds will never beat the benchmark because of one thing, and that is fees. You may be getting the benchmark, but if those money managers are charging even a small fee, you will always underperform that benchmark. So it has been a very challenging environment for money managers to consistently and repeatedly beat the benchmark. Now, why is that? You know, we reflect on this quite often at AlphaBlock. As an AI company, it's often surprising to me that while we use tech in every part of our lives every single day, we still are not using technology properly in the wealth management industry. Today, money managers still claim that the best way to analyze stocks and then make decisions, investment decisions on them, is by studying a company's financial statements and by meeting with their management teams and by trying to do due diligence on their competitors and competitive products such that they arrive at a conclusion that this is the company we should invest in. But think about how archaic that model is. AI, artificial intelligence, the point of AI is to try and speed up predictability models. What does that mean? Well, we use AI in things like face recognition. So that is, our artificial intelligence is trying to identify who am I looking at. We also use AI in things like self-driving cars. Self-driving cars are trying to predict how to navigate a car around a city without crashing. If you look at predictive language on our cell phones or on computers, we're starting to type a message and the AI knows what you're trying to say and will fill in the gaps. So in other words, artificial intelligence is nothing more than technology that tries to predict the outcome of things. And with the use of data that is inputted into those models, the more information it gathers, the better predictor that AI can be. Now, what's interesting is, what better place to try and predict the outcome of things than in the capital markets? And yet, no funds out there are using AI to try and predict the capital market performance. At AlphaBlock, we do this. We've been doing this for over a decade. Our founder and my business partner, Mukul Paul, his background is finance. He has master's degrees in finance and statistics and econometrics. He's gone to the MIT FinTech program. And when he was there, he developed what he called smart beta, or a new benchmark. What he did was he recognized that indexes primarily are built by market cap weighted stocks. In other words, the bigger the stock, the bigger the allocation to the index. So you look at the S&P 500, and the top 7 stocks, the Magnificent Seven, make up over 30% of the benchmark. The other 493 make up the balance, the 70%. Mukul recognized that there was a flaw in this, so he took his AI technology, and our team of coders and data scientists continued to evolve this program and product such that he built a better benchmark. And when he was at MIT, he won an award for top 30 ideas. And MIT encouraged him to list this product on the NASDAQ. His product was a new NASDAQ index that wasn't market cap weighted, but rather the AI dictated the weightings. What happened? He listed this on NASDAQ, and over the next 7 years, this product doubled the returns of the NASDAQ index with similar volatility numbers, tracking error numbers that were very, very low. It was a remarkable product that doubled the returns every single year over the course of that time. We have money managers all over the world that use our tech, use our technology to build benchmarks. And that's what we do at AlphaBlock. So I encourage you to really reflect on technology. How are we using it? We use it every day, and yet we're still expecting analysts and money managers to analyze businesses' financial statements that came out last quarter to try and divine whether or not we should make investments in them. We at AlphaBlock think there's a better way. We do think machines can manage money better than humans. Thank you.